Are y'all ready for some real history today? Not the watered down, whitewashed version they teach us in schools, but the truth. Because today, we're talking about the Black Panther Party, who they really were, what they stood for, and why the U.S. government saw them as such a threat.
Panther doesn't strike anyone, but when he's assailed upon, that he'll back up first. But if the aggressor continues, then he'll strike out.
When we talk about the Panthers, most people have been conditioned to think of them as a bunch of gun-toting radicals. But let me tell you something. The Black Panther Party wasn't a gang. It was a movement that was empowering Black people, educating our kids, feeding our communities, and defending us against racial violence. But you know what happens when Black folks start building wealth, power, and independence? The system works overtime to shut it down. Well, let me tell you about the real mission of the Black Panther Party. Let's get this straight. The Panthers were about self-defense, self-determination, and self-sufficiency. They started a free breakfast program feeding over 20,000 kids a day before the U.S. government even thought about it. They created free health clinics testing Black folks for sickle cell anemia when hospitals refused to serve us. They built community schools that actually taught Black children their real history, not that enslaved and grateful nonsense. They weren't about hating white people. They were about loving Black people. And that's dangerous to a system that profits off of Black oppression. Remember, J. Edgar Hoover said the biggest threat to America was Negro unity. Now let me put you up on game. The FBI had a whole operation dedicated to destroying the Panthers. It was called COINTELPRO, Counterintelligence Program. And what was their mission? To prevent the rise of the Black Messiah. Their words, not mine. They infiltrated the Panthers. They sent in spies, informants, and straight-up agents to create chaos and confusion. They locked up leaders on fake charges. Huey Newton, Bobby Seale, Geronimo Pratt, all thrown in jail on trumped-up cases. They assassinated Fred Hampton, a 21-year-old Panther leader, while he was asleep. Now let's talk about Fred Hampton for a second. He was the chairman of the Chicago Black Panthers and a powerful young leader. But the government saw him as a threat because he was uniting Black, Latino, and poor white communities under one cause. So what did the FBI do? They drugged him, they stormed his apartment in the middle of the night, and they shot him to death while he slept next to his pregnant fiancée. The cops fired 99 shots, and the Panthers fired 1. Why? Because Fred Hampton wasn't just talking about a revolution. He was building.
Now imagine this. The idea of unifying people, feeding kids, and standing up for your rights is so radical that the federal government will do everything in their power to divide, to tear down, to murder, and to pillage. These are the people who are running this country to this day. What does all this mean? Ladies and gentlemen, it means to be woke. Don't fall for the okie doke. Fight, unite. Let me tell you what they don't want us to do. They don't want us to work together, so practice collective economics. They want to see us kill each other, so let's stop the black on black crime. And they want to see us broke and continue to do whatever you can to build wealth. The Black Panthers left a blueprint that is vital to our community. So we got to stay vigilant. We got to stay woke, wealthy, outstanding, knowledgeable, and empowered. And drop a black fist in the comments and share this with someone who needs to know this.